In this video, we will discuss basic CSS concepts like div, class and ID, selectors, block and inline elements, CSS Borders, CSS Colors, CSS Box Model, CSS Background.
In this video, we are going to start def tag. Def means division. A def tag is a container used to group multiple elements. Why we use def tag? It helps to organize the layout of website. You can see this is a def, this is a def, this is a def. A def tool is actually like a container. It is a container. This is one container. This is also a container. This is also a container. So these all containers are actually def tags. And each container or def tag, def element contains multiple elements. See another example. This is a def tag that contains menu bar and have three tags. It is also a def tag. It is also a def tag, and this is also a def tag. So you can see def tag arrange the layout of website. This is a header section. This is sidebar, this is main section, and this is also a container. So a def tag is used to arrange the layout of your website. Let's try it in VS Code. To see def tags in a website, just go to HTML W3 school website and just click on this tutorial. You can see this website. This is the one container. This is the one container. This is one def tag. This is the other def tag, and this sidebar is also a def tag, and you can see this box is also a def tag. So using def tag, we can arrange the layout of the website. And you can see that this container have multiple elements. This is a button, this is a heading, this is also a heading, and this is a paragraph. And you can see these are our links. These are also menus, these are links. So each container def tag contain multiple elements and used to make the layout of website. Now we will moving to the VS Code. Just create a new file, dev def.html file. and just this is a new file of HTML, and just put dev tag. Just okay, dev, and here just write dev. So this is a dev tag, starting tag of dev and closing tag of dev. Just in this dev, put a paragraph, a heading h1, write dev tag, and we put another paragraph, a paragraph lorem. So in this div we have two elements. One is h1 and the other is paragraph. Let's open in live server. So you can see the result. There, this is dev tag heading, but you can see no container like a shape. So we are moving to the CSS portion. Just first link the CSS, link CSS, and come to our CSS file and just write dev tag, dev, and just put a border size 3 pixel, style solid, and color red. Just save the file and now come to the output. Now you can see the output. Let's see, this is a dev tag. This is just like a container. You can see this is just like a container that contain one heading. This is heading and this is paragraph. Just copy paste and create a new. So you can see now we have two dev tags. Just save in the CSS. Now you can see two dev tag and they are both are just like containers. Come to the, just put our br tag, for next line. You can see now the line has been created. So we have created two dev tags. And let's try something properly. Heading 1. So this is the heading 1 and this is the paragraph. Right, heading 1, heading 1. Just save in CSS. So we have two dev tags. We can also change the background color. So just change the background color to black. And font color to the white. So we have just created two def tags. Let's say this is dev1, this is box, like this is box1, and this is box2. Div is just like a box. This is box2. Just save the file, and you can see this is box1 and this is box2. You can also add some more elements as well, like in the box2 we add list. This is box2, just add some list like unordered list, and we have list item 3. And just put some apple, mango, and orange. Just write here another element, that is h2, save fruits. So we have add some of the multiple elements in box2. So this is box1, this is box2. Both contain multiple elements. So this is the way that how we write code for def tags. So this is, in this very simple way we can write def tags, and this is a very simple way in which we include multiple elements in def tag. Now we will use emit tag, that how using emit we can put elements in def tag. Let's say def tag, and def tag we have a paragraph plus we have h1 plus paragraph plus order list, and just put enter. So you can see this, the whole code is generated. Once again, we have div container, and these are the elements inside the, these are the childs. Div container is a parent, and these all are childs, and just enter. Once again, let's try it. Div is parent, just put greater than symbol. Inside div we have we have h1, then we have paragraph, and then we have, you can also write text in paragraph, like just put curly braces, this is paragraph, and after that put plus and we have unordered list. In unordered list we have list item multiply by 3, and just hit enter. So you can see we have generated this code using emit. So this div is generated using emit. So just this is heading, like heading 1, this is a paragraph, so you can also write lorem and this is list. So just write fruit name apple, mango, orange. Just save the file so you can see the result. Just save the file and you can see this is a def tag. And this is the result. In next video we will discuss class and ID. Thanks for watching. In this video we are going to discuss a very important HTML attributes, that is class and ID attributes. Class, let's see the analogy. Just like in our college class, same class is shared by multiple students. There are multiple students in the class. So same is the case, class have multiple elements, and as in the class each student has its own and unique ID, and therefore the ID attribute is unique. Let's see the details. The HTML class attribute is used to specify a class for an HTML element. But what is the difference? Multiple HTML elements can share the same class. Just like there are multiple students in the same class, so same is the case, multiple HTML elements can have the same class. But the HTML ID attribute is used to specify a unique ID for an HTML element. But the ID attribute of an element cannot be duplicated. So what is the summary? The summary is that class can be assigned to multiple elements. Let's see, this is example that this container, these elements have the same color and same class. So you can see that these all blue elements have the same class. So class can be shared by the multiple elements, but you can see this orange color box that has unique in all of these elements. So so for the unique element we will use the ID attribute. For the same multiple elements we will use the class attribute, and for the unique element we will use the ID attribute. Just practice them in the VS Code. Let's open the VS Code. This is previously we have created one def tag. Just remove this list. So this is the def tag. This is our def tag. This is our def tag that contain two elements, h1 and paragraph element. Just you can see in the example, and these are the properties applied on this def tag, their def element. This is only def tag. Now just copy this one and paste here. So now you will see we have two. So this is a div, and these both are, this is one div. Let's say this is div1, and this is div2. And this is div2. And see the result that these are the properties applied on both of the divs. You can see we have just put a br tag and now see the result. So we have two div tags. These are the two div tags. Let's put another div tag. Just also here put a br tag, and after that just copy this div, Ctrl C and paste below, and name this 3. This is also a div tag and that contain the same contents. Just save the file. These properties will be applied on the 3 divs. And you can see the result. div1, div2, div3. Actually, these all are div tags. This is one div, this is second div, and this is the third div. So when we select the div, tag, the same properties applied on the all these three divs. Now we want that div1. Now we want that div1. This is div1 and this is div2 should save the same styling, but we want that div3 should have the different styling. So we will assign these two same class. Like this is just in the div write class attribute class and just name this class like this is Blake. This is Blake, and just write in the second div, just write class and put Blake. So now these two div have the same class Blake, and just this is the div3. Give it ID is unique and give it like a red. Come to the CSS file. Now we will target class and ID. So remember, class in CSS class start with dot, and that is Blake class. In CSS when we target the class, so that is start with the dot. In CSS the ID start with the hash symbol and we have that is a red, and just copy these all properties and paste here, and just give it like black border and red color. Save the file, and you can see the result that dev1 dev2 have the same class. You can see in the HTML file that this dev1 and dev2 have the same class, black, and we have targeted the black class, and they have these same properties like same background color and red border. But these properties is not applied on the dev3 because we have applied id, and id, so this is a unique element. No other element can share this id. If we just copy this class and paste here, now the all the three dev will have the same properties. Now you can see all three dev have the same class, black, and they have the same properties. So in this example, we demonstrated that a class can be shared by multiple elements. You can see this is dev1, this is dev2, this is dev3, and all of these have the same class, black. And using this class, the advantage is that using the class we can style same multiple elements. If we want that these all three have the same properties, then we will assign the same class to these three elements. And if we want that this element should not be the same, so we will assign this an id. If you want to make it unique, so we will assign an id. And as you can see, this is the third one dev, and that the id is red. Now you will see, I have just applied on the dev2. You can see I applied on the dev2 id, but the dev1 and the dev3 have the same class, black. So dev1 and dev3 have the same class, black, and they both are same class and same properties. But dev2 is not have their same class, and it have id, so this is unique. Hope you have understand the concept of class and id. So class can be shared by multiple elements, like dev1 and dev3 have the same class, same properties, but dev2 is unique, that have the unique id. Hope you have got it, the concept of id in class. In next video we will do another example. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's see another example of class and ID. You can see this is a complete layout of web page. This is header section that is in red color. This is the footer section in blue color, and these are the body of the web page. They have two containers with yellow color. As you can see, these two container boxes that you can see, there are div elements. So both these boxes are same, so they will have the same class. These two paragraphs, which is in the form of containers, so they will share the same class. As class have can contain multiple elements. So this div and this div will have the same class, but you can see the header section and the footer section are unique. So we will assign this header section ID, and this footer section is also assigned ID because both are different and unique. And we will assign this paragraph and this paragraph the same class because both have the same properties. Let's come to the VS Code, and starting from div dot header. So you can see automatically header class has been created, or you can do like shortly. One is this way, div dot header. This is the one way, that is div element and having header class, and just you enter. So the div tool has been created with the class header. You can also create shortly directly dot header. So this is the short way using emit, that we have a div tag having class. So actually you know that is a unique. So for this we will create div hash for the ID hash, and that is header. So this is our ID class, and after that we have two div, same two div. So dot div, and that has a yellow color, so dot yellow, and just we have created. Let copy paste. So you can see inside the div we have a paragraph. Just write lorem and paste this paragraph also in this div. So we have, this is one div, this is one div, and this is the second div, and you can see both share the same class, yellow and yellow. Now at the end we have footer. So dot footer. So div is created with the class footer. Just write here like h1 footer, and in the header just write h1 header. Now we will use CSS. For that, move to CSS starting from header, and that is ID. So ID start with hash symbol, and the ID name is header. Just give some color like background color, red. Just see the output. Open with live server. So you can see this is header, this is footer section, and these are two paragraphs, but still we have not applied any CSS. Just come to the starting from this ID, just copy this ID and come to the CSS. This is header and just save this, and you can see now the header section is red. Now come towards footer. That is also an ID. An ID start with here, just change the name footer and change the background color to the blue. Save the file and you will see just move to the footer section, just copy. Okay, this is actually ID, and copy the ID, move to the CSS, just paste the ID and save the file. And now you can see this is header and footer are unique, and both have different IDs. This great one has header ID and the footer have footer ID. Now come towards these two sections. Both should be same, and we have assigned that is the class yellow class. Just copy the class, move to the CSS, and class start with dot, and paste the class and assign the background property that is yellow. Save the file, see the result. You can see this paragraph and this paragraph have the same color yellow because these two paragraphs, these two div have the same class. So class can be shared by the multiple elements while ID is unique. You can also give some height like this, at height 200 pixel. It should all have, that is footer should also have 200 height, 200 pixel, and the yellow section should have height 100 pixel. Just save the file and see the result. You can see now the complete project. There, this is a header section with height 200 and this is 200. Both are unique, both have targeted by the IDs, different unique IDs, but these two section have the same properties, same in color, everything. So for both them we have used the class. So hope you have got it, the concept of ID and class, that ID is unique and class may be shared by the multiple elements. As you can see, these two divs have the same class. Thanks for watching. Stay with us for the rest of tutorial. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video we are going to discuss type of selector in CSS. When we write When we target any element in the CSS file, like you can see that we have a paragraph element. So this element is called selector. Now we will describe in how many ways we can target an element to apply CSS properties. In CSS we have universal selector, element selector, class selector, ID selector, group selector, and descendant selector. Universal selector is represented by asterisk, and it means universal selector means that it will be applied to all the elements of web page. For example, this is universal selector and we have applied the property font size 20 pixel. So all the text elements inside the web page will have the property of font size 20 pixel. Universal selector will be applied to the whole elements. That's why it is called universal. The second was element selector. Element selector means single element like H1. So H1 is a single element. Similarly, class selector. So class selector means to target a class, and the class selector always start with a dot. So dot box is a class selector. ID selector starts with the hash symbol. Group selector means that to combine multiple elements like H1 and P. So if we target more than one elements and apply some of the properties like H1 and P will have the same font color red. So group selector mean to combine multiple elements. And last, the descendant selector means to target the child of a parent. Let's say div is a parent element, and inside this div we have a paragraph element. So div is parent and paragraph is child. So P is child of div, and in this descendant selector we will target the child of any parent, and that property will be applied on the parent. Let's move to the VS Code to demonstrate all of these. This is VS Code. Let's create a new file, selectors.html. Let we have just it will be selectors. Let's we have div tag. Inside div we have h1 tag. Just write welcome, and inside that we have a paragraph tag lorem. And after this div tag I have just want to write h3, and I write just welcome to HTML CSS tutorial. Just save the file, just open with live server, So just we have h1 tag and we have paragraph, but these are inside div, and this is actually h3. Just move to our style.css file and starting with div tag, and just change the background color, change the background color to red. Save the file and see the result. Actually, CSS is not linked selector files. Just link the CSS, save the file, just see the result, and just save the CSS file. You can see now div background is red. This is actually a single element. So this is actually element selector, single element selector, as div is a single element. Now similarly, if we target h3, and h3 is a single element, also single, and background color is actually like green. Save the file and you will see the result. So here div and h3 are element selector.
Group selectors used to target multiple elements. Let we target both H2 and H3 and apply same border property. Descendant selector used to target child inside parent. Let target paragraph inside in div and apply yellow background. Class selector. Add a class on paragraph and apply font size property. Class selector, start with dot. ID selector, let Add ID on H3, and apply font color blue. Universal selector that apply on all elements. We apply font family and font weight.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, we are going to demonstrate the difference between block versus inline block. We will differentiate between block elements and inline elements and inline block elements. That we have three types of elements in HTML: block elements, inline elements, and inline block elements. Block elements take full width of the page. Always start a new line. Like div, paragraph, heading, and header, these are the tags. They are actually block elements because they always start on a new line and take full width of the page. Inline elements, as the name indicates, they actually always be in line with other elements and take only the required width and do not start a new line. One important property of inline elements that you cannot change width and height, and you can change the width and height of block elements. These elements height and width you can change, but inline elements do not start a new line and you cannot change the width and height. Example are span, anchor tag, strong, and emphasis. These are inline elements. Inline block elements are those elements that take only required width. So this is the property of inline. Do not start a new line. This is also property of inline elements. But why it is called block elements? You can change width and height of these elements. So it contains both the properties of inline elements as well block elements. For the inline elements, it takes only the required width like this and do not start a new line. But being a block elements, you can change the width and height. So it has both properties of block elements and inline elements. Example are image and button. Image and button are actually inline in the sense they not start from a new line, but you can change the width and height of these elements. So these are block elements, these are inline block elements, and these are inline block elements. Let's demonstrate using VS Code. We are inside on our demo project, and these are previous videos, lectures, and let's create a new file. There should be block.html. This is CSS server. Let's create HTML boilerplate and just write block First, we will demonstrate block elements. Block elements. Starting from heading, let's say H1 block elements. And we have a paragraph that is also block elements. Just open in live server. So you can see that this is block element, this is heading, and this is paragraph that is always started with new line. Just change some of the properties. First, link the CSS, and then move to the starting from H1, and in the curly braces just background color red, and you can see that the block element text is here till here, but the extra space is also occupied. So this is the property of block elements. H1 is heading, and heading is actually block elements. So we discussed earlier that the block elements takes the full width of the screen. So it took the full width of the screen. You can see the block elements text is reached here, but the remaining space is also occupied because of H1 is block elements. Let's assign some background color to the let's say it should be green. And now you can see that both heading, H1 heading and paragraph both are block elements. They started with the new line. Blocks started from here, and the second property, they occupied the full width of the screen. You can see the paragraph started from new line, block started from new line, and both occupied the full width of the screen. Let's do some changes to the paragraph. Let's say we have just 3 words. You can see we have just 3 words, but it have occupied the full width of the screen. So this is point number 1. Point 1, block elements. It takes from new line, both are started from new line. Number 2, it took the full width of the screen. Full width of the screen. Now let's change height. Let's say it is 100 pixel. You can see the height has been changed. So let's do for the paragraph as well. You can see both the width has been changed. Let's change the width. Let's say the width is only 50 pixel. Let's say it should be 200 pixel. You can say now that the H1 heading, this is the height, 100 pixel height, and 200 pixel. So, and similarly you can do for the paragraph as well. Let its width be 300 pixel. So we have changed the width of the paragraph. So h1 and paragraph both are block elements. We can change the width and height of these elements as well. These occupy the whole. If we do not change the height and width, it will occupy the full width of the screen. You can see it occupy the full width of screen. So this is block elements. Now come towards inline elements. Inline elements. Inline elements is actually anchor tag is actually inline elements. Let's say a link of the google.com, and here is Google. So it is the link of Google. Let's say Control C and Control V, paste it. Just click on this. So it moves to the new line. Inline elements do not start from new line. You can see that this is the one, this is the first one, this is the first one, anchor tag, this is the second one, anchor tag, but they do not start from new line. But you can see this is this is heading and this is paragraph. So the paragraph started from the new line because of these are heading, these are block elements. But here you can see that the anchor tag is inline elements, and inline elements do not start from a new line. Similarly, let's say delete this one and just we put some block like strong. Let's say I write inline. So this is the inline word. Yes, similarly you can insert emphasis inline. You can see we have three inline elements. This is anchor tag, this is actually strong tag, this is actually emphasis. The anchor tag, strong tag, and emphasis, these all are inline elements. So one property is the property number one, they do not start from new line. Inline starting from just after the Google, and there is also inline element, and the inline emphasis word is also inline element. They do not start from a new line, and they do not took full width of the screen. Now let's try to change the width and height. Come to the CSS and just anchor tag and anchor tag, just height, let's say 300 pixel. You can see it is not working, its height is not changing. Similarly, let's do for the strong tag. Similarly do for the emphasis tag. We just applied on all of these of the height, but you can see the height is not changed. So this is the other property of the inline elements, that inline elements height and width you cannot change. Come towards the last, that is inline block. And the inline block is image and button. Let's say just do for button. This is button, click me. So you can see the property of inline block. So being inline, it will come after the inline element and will not start from the new line. Just like block elements, it will not start from new line, but it will be in line with the other inline elements. It will be in line with other inline elements. So that's why it is called inline. And why it is called block, inline block? So we can change the size of these elements. Just move to the CSS and just button. Let's change the height to the 100 pixel. So you can see the height has been changed. Similarly, you can change the width. That is like, say width is like 200 pixel. So you can see of this button, the width and height has been changed. So this is the block property, but it is still not started from new line and it is in line with the other inline elements. So it is called, button is called inline block element. It has both property of the inline and block. Being inline, it is in line with other inline elements. Being block, we can change the height and width of the inline block elements. So we have three types of elements. Block element, we can change height and width. Start from new line. Inline element do not start from new line, we cannot change the height and width. And inline block elements, we can change the width and height for, but we cannot but it is not started with new line. So that is the major difference between these elements. Thanks for watching. Stay with us for the rest of tutorial. In this video we are going to demonstrate CSS border. That is very much important in CSS. According to CSS, borders have main properties like border width, that shows the thickness of the border. For example, we will write like border width and that will be size and pixel. Similarly, next property is border style, that shows how the border will look like. For example, border style, so its value may be solid or dotted dashed, shows that the border will be either solid or dotted or dashed. Next property is border color, that shows the color of the border, and will write like border color and like that is red. Similarly, next property is border radius, that shows how the corner should be curved. So that's property represent the curveness of the corners, and that property is border radius. And these all properties can be written in short form, like we will write like border, after that border width, after that the border style, and after that the border color. Let's demonstrate in VS Code. We have there's our project. Just create a new file like borders.html. Just create a new file, change the title borders. Let's take any element, like we take a paragraph, we take like h1, welcome to HTML. Just open in browser with live server. So you can see the result. Now just change its property to apply. Now we will apply the borders. To come to the CSS, the CS or CSS file, just first link the CSS. Just link the CSS, save the file and come to the let's apply some properties like h1, background color like pink. Let's break down. You can see this, that is h1 is actually block element, and just apply border. So these are properties like let apply one by one. Border width separately we will apply, like suppose that is 3 pixel. And border color like that is black. Border color black and border width 3. Border style so it may be dashed, dotted, double. Let's start from solid. So this is solid style. It may be, let's increase this, like it may be 20 pixel. It may be 10 pixel. You can see it in when we increase the width, so it's the thickness of the border has been increased. Now style, it is a solid line. If it is dashed, so now you can see the border style is dashed. It may be dotted, so the border is dotted. If you want to a solid line, just let's write solid, and from here you can increase the width. You can see the width of border has been increased. From here you can change the width of border, style and color. Let's say it be just 10 pixel. So this is the width of the border, this is the style of the border, and this is the color of the border. Now you can do these all by a short form. Just in short form you can just write border. First width of the border, first we will write width of the border, that is like 3 pixel. Then style of the border, that is like solid. And then color, like the color is red, so that is applied. Either you can apply these properties one by one, or you can apply in short form. This is actually short form, shorthand. So usually programmer use the shorthand. This is shorthand. You can apply these. Just increase the width, that is like 13 pixel. So the width has been increased. Let's change the color. Let it be let's be green. So the color of the border is changed. From here you can change the style. Style may be dotted, so it will be dotted. Either it may be dashed, so it is dashed, or it may be solid. Usually it is solid line. So this is the way how you can apply borders. Let's take another element like paragraph. Just take a paragraph, lorem, take another element, lorem, just move to the CSS, just take paragraph and apply border. Border width, that is 5 pixel, solid, color is red. So you can see border is also applied on the paragraph. To each and every element you can apply borders, and this is the short form. Just write first width, then style of the border, and then color of the border. Either you can apply these all three properties one by one. First border width, then border style, and then border color. Just take another element like div. This is div. Now come to our CSS and let's div. We can target, this is the top border, this is the bottom border, this is the left border, this is the right border. We can change differently each side of the border. Now come to our sides of border. Sides of border, like starting from top border, border top 4 pixel, solid, and that is like blue. Border top, similarly border right, that is 5 pixel, solid, and green. Let's take another element, h2, heading 2. Come to our CSS. Here we will apply different styles on each side of the border. This is top border, this is bottom border, this is left border, and this is right border. Now we will apply different styling to each part. h2, and starting from border top, border top, border top, that is like 3 pixel, and solid, and that is green. You can see a green, only green top border is applied, like it is 13. So you can see 13 width and solid and green border applied to only top border. Just copy this and just paste and change top to bottom. You can see now bottom border is applied. Just change the color light to red. So this is the top border and this is the bottom border. Just now apply left border left 10 pixel, that is dotted, color is black. So you can see that is black border applied to the left, that is dotted. You can also change it dashed, that is dash. So the top border is dashed, the bottom border is red and that is solid, the left border is dotted. Now come towards the right border right, that is 5 pixel, solid and that is also black. So now applied that to the right border. Just see in you can see this is the top border, this is the bottom border, this is the left border, and this is the right border. So in this way you can apply it or to the whole border, or you can also apply to the each side different style and color width of the border. So that was all about borders. Stay with us for the rest of tutorial. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video we are going to discuss CSS colors. CSS color can be applied to text, background, border and hover effect. To these text, background, border and hover we can apply CSS colors. There are 4 ways in which we can apply CSS colors. Simply, number 1, color name. We just mention the name of color like red, yellow, pink, blue. We just write the exact name of the color. For example, we want to change the font color of H1, so we just write color and just write the color name like red, yellow, pink. So this is the one way in which we directly write the name of color. Second one is RGB color. R stand for red, green, blue. In RGB, each red, green, blue, each color have values minimum from 0 to maximum 255. Let's see the example. In RGB format, let's say we want to change the font color of a paragraph. So we just write color and then write RGB, and in the parentheses we have 3 colors RGB. So you can see here the red color have the maximum value 255 and green color have 0 and value, and blue has also a 0 value, so it is actually a red color. So the maximum value of the red color, and green and blue value are 0, so it is actually red. Similarly, green color, red 0, blue 0 and maximum color is green. And similarly, red, green, blue. So here red and green are 0 and blue have maximum value. So the second way in which we apply the color is RGB combination. There is another format, that is RGBA. A stand for opacity. We can also apply the opacity. Its value comes from 0 to 1. Let's say RGB red, green, blue, that is a black color with opacity 0.5. So the values move from 0.1 to 0.9. So in this case, this is RGBA, red, green, blue color, and A stands for opacity. The most popular date used by the developer, that is hexadecimal color. And hexadecimal, that is hexadecimal stand from the hash symbol, and then RGB, but RGB in double figures, double R, double G, double B. Here we can see that is in the single RGB, red, green, blue, but say that both are equal. But here is the mix. You can also write in the single form like single digit. This is 6 digits, double digit, double R, double G, double B, 6 digits. This is the short form, that is 3 digit. And here the maximum values move from 0 to F. Just like in the red RGB, the value move from 0 to 555. So here the minimum value is 0 and the maximum value 555. Here the minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is F. That is equal to F is equal to 555 and 0 is equal to 0. So both are equal. Just add this hash symbol. Let's see the example. Red. So in the red, you can see this is maximum 255 and 255 is equal to F, double F, and 6 digits, that is equal to double F, and remaining green and blue are 0. So green and blue are 0. In the green form, the red is 0 and the blue is 0 and the maximum value is green. And same is the case in blue, the red values and the green value is 0 and the blue value is maximum. In short form, you can just write 00F, and 6 digit you can write 0000 and F. In black is the color that is all are 000s, and for white all are FFF. You can see these colors combination in W3 School website. Just move to the browser. That is the most popular website. You can HTML Colors. This is website W3 School. You can read the notes. Just click on this and you will see all the colors: red, green, blue, hexadecimal, all the colors. This complete notes. So first method, that is you can write the color names first. So these are the first method, that is color names. Just you write the orange color, blue color, green color. So the first method is directly write the color names as we discussed previously. The second method is RGB, red, green, blue, or RGBA. So you can see here this is the, let's see, starting from both are zeros. That is red, both are all are zeros. In RGB all are 0, so that makes a black color. R red 0, blue green 0, blue 0, so that is a black color. If all are and the maximum value is 255, you can see all are 255, maximum value 255, so that makes color white. If it is 0, it is 0 and red is maximum, so the color is red. Let's say this is 0 and green is maximum, so this is green color. If both are 0 and this is maximum, so this is blue color. You can also apply any combination like this value, and this value, so it becomes this color. So you can apply any changes to the color and the color will change. So this is RGB and this is a hexadecimal format. hexadecimal is equal, in hexadecimal you can see that this, the first is a red, green, blue. So if all are maximum, so that is like two double, ff is equal to 255 values, 255 values. So that is white color. In short form, this is hash and triple F. If both are zeros, that is hash 00 black color. And if this is only red, so that is 255, that is double F, that is equal to red color. And green and blue are zero. You can see green and blue are zeros. If this is green and both are, so this is green color, red and blue are zero. If this is zero and this is blue color, so this is a blue color. You can see down, these are the, this is red color hash color, and this is blue, and this is all other combination like greenish, like yellowish. So this is the color. You can also apply color picker. Just write color picker. And you can see here, you can need any color combination. Like I just click on this pink color, and I can copy this color. So this is also a way to use any color. Just move this and just click on any color, and just, this is the hexadecimal, this is RGB form. You can change, so this, the values change. Like this is RGB value, this is hexadecimal value, but the programmer developer use this hexadecimal. If you like this color, just click on it and just copy this color and use in the VS Code. So this is, let's come to the VS Code to demonstrate these colors. This is VS Code. Previously we worked here for the borders. This is H1 and this is a paragraph, and this is H2. Just remove this H2, just save and open in browser. So this is H1 and this is actually a paragraph. Just we will apply any type of colors, like move to the style. Just start from body and background color like red. Save the file. First link the file, that is also linked, and just save the file. Just change the spelling. Body. So the body color has been changed. So this is actually color name. We just write color name directly. So this is one way. Now we can also write, now this is H1. So for H1, just write H1 in background color. So just write in RGB. So you can see this is RGB, red, green, blue. So red is 0, green, it should be green, and blue is 0, and it should be maximum 255. So you can see that is a green color. So in RGB, this is a green color because red and blue are 0. You can also apply opacity, that is 0.3. You can see that is light. Let's change it to 0.2. That is more. And if we write like 4.5, so it will increase. 0.6, it will increase the opacity. And less darker, 0.7, that is more greenish. If we want 0.3, that is more darker. So this is RGB and RGBA. RGB and RGBA. From here you can also change the opacity, how it seems very how it be transparent. Just delete the opacity, so it is a green color. Another, we have a paragraph, and in a paragraph background color, that just use the hexadecimal color, that is background color FFF, that is white color, sorry, border color, background color, that is white. And this is actually control backslash, that is actually hexadecimal format. So these are the 4 ways. This is number 1, just write the color name like red, green, blue. Second is RGB, just there is a combination of RGB, red, green, blue. And the third is actually hexadecimal format. So in these 3 ways we can apply colors. Similarly, there is green, we can also change the font color, there is color, and let's say that is hash white. So you can see the color has been the body. This is body color. Just remove from here in H1. So H1 color. So this is color and make it white. So you can see the color is changed. So we can apply color to the background. We can apply to the color to the font color. Everything we can change the colors. So in these 3 ways, color name, RGB and hexadecimal format, we can change the color of font color, background color, everything. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for the rest of tutorial. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today in this video we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is CSS Box Model. Every element, HTML element, is like a box. The box model describes how the size of box is calculated. Every element in the HTML behaves like a box, and this box consists of 4 parts. Number 1 is content, that is the text like H1 or paragraph, and it has a border. So let's suppose this is a content like a text, and it has a border that is yellow color. So this is, let's say this is a border surrounding the text, and this is the text. So the text is content. So what is padding? Space inside the box around the content. You can see the yellow color is a border, and this is the text. So the space between the border and the content, there is a green space. So this green space is called padding. So in simple terms, the space between the border and The content text is called padding. And what is border? So the border is the outline. So this is the border that is outlined around the content. And what is margin? Space outside the box. So this is the border, and after the border, this is the space, red color. This is called margin. Like there are four sides. So this is top border, this is bottom border, this is right border, this is left border. So same is the case. This is top padding, this is bottom padding, this is the right padding, and this is the top padding. Similarly, this is the top margin, this is the right margin, this is the bottom margin, and this is the left margin. In simple terms, the margin is the area that is outside the boundary of the element. It may reaches to the boundaries of the page. So these all areas. So this is top border, this is right border, bottom border, right border. Similarly, this is top padding, this is top padding, this is bottom padding, green, this is right padding, and this is the left padding. Just demonstrate this in VS Code. Let's open VS Code. Just create a file, box model, and HTML. Just create new file, write box model, just take a div, container, just a class container, write box, and open in with live server. So we have just a text box. Just come to the CSS part. First add the CSS, link CSS, and move to the CSS file. Just take div, and first of all, just change background color, that is to the red. So you can see this is a box, and that has a background color, and the white, this is the body. So just first change the body color, body, and that is like background color, that is black. Black is, that is black color. Just see the results. So you can see that we have a body of black color, and we have a box with red color. Still you have see this is margin. So margin 0, margin 0, and padding 0. Starting with there should be no padding, padding 0. You can see now the box has no space around it. Now this is your box, that is just like a container, div container, and this is your background black color. Just give some width, and that is 100% width, and you can see now there is complete width of the screen, and height that is also 100%. Just take it WH, and it is a VH. Just take it. Now you can see that the black color has been it. You cannot see the black color because this div have overlapped the body of the color. You can see we have a body, there's a black color, so we give the full 100% width and 100% height to this div container. Just give some border that is 5 pixel solid and color is white. You can see now this is the border, but the black body is you cannot see the black. You cannot see that the black screen because we have 100% width and 100% height. Now I am just giving to just the top border margin top that is 5 pixel. Just see the results. You can see a little bit 5 pixel it comes down and you can see that space is created. So this is top margin. Top margin means the space that is, just make it like 20 pixel. 20 pixel. So you can see this is the 20 pixel space. Box, this box is your content. This is your content. And this is the white color is the border. You can see just make it like 30 pixel. There is so much width, 20 pixel. So you can see now box, this is the content. This is the content. The white is actually border. This is the border of this box, and the top, this is the top margin. What is margin? The space between the border and the outer boundary. Just right click on this, inspect. Now you can see, just click on this and select the this border, this select this element. So you can see that this is only 20 margin, and that is only top. You can see the left margin, the right margin, and the bottom margin is 0. We have applied no padding. Padding is 0, and the 20 is border. Our border is 20. Just check again. Just inspect. Just see. This is margin top 20 pixel. So you can see this is margin top 20 pixel, and this is border that is 20 pixel. So this is border, that is 20 pixel. You can see this border, that is 20 pixel, and we have only applied top margin. Let's also applied margin right, that is 30 pixel. So you can see this is the margin right, the space between the border and the page boundary. But you can see there is no space has been created in the left. And now just inspect this. You can see that this is the 30 pixel space has been created to only the right. So you have understood that this is the top margin, this is the right margin, the space between the border and the boundary of the class of the body. Let's move to the VS Code, and you can apply also just margin, and that is 50 pixel, so it will be applied in each side. Just change the color, so you can see that is, let's say we have two divs. We have this div, and just that has just color like a text box. Just write some lorem, more text, just to CSS and save the changes. So you can see now this is the, when you apply single number, single margin, so it means top, bottom, right and left. So it will apply to the all sides. So hope you have understood the margin. Now come towards the padding. You can see this is white color is the padding. This is white color is the padding, is the border, and this is your content. Just now apply padding, top, padding top, that is 5 pixel. You can see now the border, the text, the space between the border and the text has been created. Just increase it like 15 pixel. So you can see the space is created between the text and the border. This is called padding. This is top padding. Now just change the padding from the left. Padding left. Let's say that is 20 pixel. So you will see the space is created, and this is actually 20 pixel. Just right click and inspect. You can see the top, padding is 15, so that is 15, and the left The left padding is 20 and we have not applied any bottom and right padding. So if you applied in all sides, so just right padding, and let's say that is 40 pixel. So in all side, you can see in all side 40 padding is applied. Just see the results. So you can see in all side, this is your content, and this is the padding in all side. Padding top, padding left, padding right, padding bottom, and padding left. This is the border, and this is the margin. The margin is in black color. This is the margin. That is space between, that is outer space. Margin is actually outer space. Margin is actually, that is actually outer space. Outer space. Here is black color. Black color. That is outer space from the border. And the padding is inside. Inner space. Inner space. Here is, that is a red color. The space between the text and this white border is called padding. And here is the border is in white color, that you can see there is a border white color. So this is one example. You can see that what is padding, what is margin, what is border, what is padding. And you can see this is like a box model. Now take another example. Just delete this. Just delete this and come to the CSS, delete all. Just write H1. Just delete all these. Just take H1, welcome. So you will see that is welcome, and just write a paragraph lorem. So we have a paragraph heading and a paragraph. Just right click and inspect, and just click on this and just click on this welcome. Let's see. You can see that each element behave like a box. Welcome. And you can see this is welcome, and you can see there is no border, zero padding, and zero margin. But this looks like a box. And just click on the paragraph. This is paragraph. It also looks like a box. You can see this is a box, and you can see there is zero border and padding, but you can see there is by default 60 top. You can see there is a space between the welcome and the paragraph, and that is top margin 16, and it is also a bottom margin of 16 because paragraph is a block element which create automatically space above and below. Let's apply some properties. You can see that each element behaves like a box. Just move to the CSS Move to the CSS portion, and we have H1. First of all, start from body and margin 0. By default margin, finish the by default margin. So you can see now that the text started from the start of the body, but you have this padding, so just padding 0. Now just apply properties, some properties on, let's say, H1 background color, that is like red. So this is red, and paragraph, that is background color, like that is yellow. Background color, that is yellow. So you can see, but here you can see that this space, the above top space and this space is actually created by the block elements. Let's see, this is H1. Just write margin top is equal to 0. Now you will see the top margin has been finished. Similarly, just copy this and just paste here. So now ends itself bottom margin bottom is 0. So you can see now there is no space between these. Now we want to create space. You can see that this is the text, and let's apply borders. Border, that is 5 pixel solid, and that is black. So you can see that is we have applied border. So this is border. Now you can see just applied padding. Just apply padding, and that is 20 pixel. You can see this is the padding. This is the inner space. This inner space is called padding. This is the content, and the space between this border and this content is called padding. So this inner space is called padding, and we always use padding to make width for the element. If you want to give a width to the element, we just give padding. This is 20. Let's just decrease it to the 10. You will see that now the space is decreased. If you want to increase, just give 30. So the space is increased. So this inner space is called padding. Let's give some top margin. So margin top, that is, let's say, 20 pixel. So you can see now there is 20 pixel space, that is outer of the border, and this and space between the border of the element and border of the body. You can also inspect using inspect. So you can see this is top margin 20. You can see this is top margin 20, and this is actually, and that is your, and the padding is 30 pixel. So this is your 30 padding in all sides, and this is only 20 top margin. Similarly, you can also apply bottom margin bottom. That is actually, let's say that is actually 5 pixel. So you can see that the outer space is created 5. Let's make it 15. Make it 15. So you can see that the space has been created outer of the border of the element. So this is top margin, this is bottom margin. Let's increase to 25 or 35. So you can see the space has been created. Similarly, you can apply this border padding to also, let's apply some padding here to the paragraph, that is 30 pixel. So you can see that inside space has been created. Just give some border that is 3 pixels solid, and that is like black. So you can see this is the padding inside and this is the border. So have you understand the concept of the box model? This is actually a box, and the outer space is margin and the inner space is actually padding. Thanks for watching. Stay with us for the rest of tutorial. Today we are going to discuss CSS background. That is very important CSS property. In CSS background we have the following properties like background color. So we will apply color to the background. For example, h1 is an element and we want to apply color, so we will write background color. That property will be applied to the h1 tag. Similarly, background image, we can also apply a background image. We will use an image in the background. So this is the syntax. Write background image, just write URL, and this is the path and address of that image. Then background repeat, it may be by default it is repeated if you have applied any image, and the image will be horizontally and vertically repeated. If you write no repeat, so the image will not be repeated, but by default the image will be repeated on the whole screen. Background position, it shows the position of the image. It may be center, it may be left or right or top and bottom. Background size shows that the image should cover the whole screen or not. And background attachment means it may be fixed or scrollable. If you scroll the page, should it move with the page or not? If it is fixed, so it will not move with scrolling. If it is scrolled, so it will move with scroll. Shorthand background property. You can also apply these all properties in shorthand. Like we will write background, this is background color, background image, no repeat, fixed. This is the position, that is center, and this is the size that cover the whole image. Just jump to the VS Code to demonstrate these all properties of background. This is our folder. Just create a new file like create a new file background.html. So this is a new file. Write background. Just take a div, simple div, and that contains background. Just write background properties. Just open with live server to see the result. This is background properties. Now move to the CSS. Just first link the CSS. Save the file and move to the CSS. Starting from background, body, and in body, just background color. Starting from background color, so that like yellow. Then we want, this is background color. Then we want background image, so this is background image URL. Just take an image like my image. So you can see this image. Now just take this image. So this is an image that is applied in the background of the body. Just repeat image, repeat, just background, repeat, so no repeat. Then background image, background size, so it may be contain, just contain. So you can see this is this is the image, a small image that not cover the whole page. So if you want to cover the whole page, just write cover, so it will cover the whole page, entire page. So it will cover the entire page of its width. Background position, it may be bottom, so it is background top, center, so it is, you can see center of the page. Background attachment, fixed. You can see Just once again, that is content. So it is not cover the whole page. If we write cover, so you can see it has covered the whole page and it is on center. Let's make it contain and just make it now its position top, so it is the top of the page, bottom, so it will move to the bottom of the page, center, so it is on the center of the page and it is fixed. So these are some of the properties of background. That is background color, that is yellow, background image, that is image, no repeat, it is not repeating, and that is it should cover the page. It is covering the whole page and it is fixed. So these are some of the properties. Now we can also use shorthand. These all properties, just write background, first write color yellow, then background image, that is background image, then no repeat, then cover, fixed, and then center, slash cover. So you can see same properties applied. You can apply these properties one by one, or you can apply, this is the shorthand. Usually we use this shorthand. Background color, background image, no repeat, image will not repeat, fix, the image will fix, will not scroll, image will not scroll down, center, position of the image, and cover, it will cover the whole page. So these were all about the background image properties. Let's see CSS gradient backgrounds. We can also apply gradient to the background. There are three types and we apply gradient. Number one is linear gradient, number two is a radial gradient, and number three is conic gradient. Linear gradient, that is from to right or to left, to bottom or to the top, and only two colors. A radial gradient have in the circular form, and that is only two colors, color 1 and color 2. You can see the example, a radial gradient, circle, and these the two color will apply in the form of circle, and that is in the form of cone, that is called conic gradient, and that takes 4 colors. Let's demonstrate them using VS Code. This is our previous example. we just remove this one, remove this, the CSS, get our background properties, just Control A and delete, just body, this is our HTML with body, just write h1 background gradient. Open with live server. So there's nothing, just now we will apply gradient color. On the body, starting from just write background, then linear gradient, that is to right, and select two colors like yellow and red. Just see the results. Body, write properly. You can see two colors applied, and it is to right, starting from yellow. You can see background linear gradient, that is starting from yellow to red. You can also use a proper website from this, that is called UI gradient website. Just click on this, and you can see here the background gradient colors. Like we want to take this one, so this is the first color, just put here, this is the first color, and this one is the second color. Just paste them, save the file, and you will see this is our background. Just open once again, just right click, open with live server. So you can see this is the result. This is linear gradient. You can apply any other colors, like just check other color like this one. So this is first one, this is the first color, this is the first color, and this is the second color. Just save the file and check the result. So these are the linear color gradient. So this is a linear gradient. To right, let's start. You can also change to top. So that is from bottom to top, or to left. So that is from right to left. And you can use this website. You can find different colors. This is one more important. This is only popular color. Just pick this and then copy this one, paste here and to the right, and see the result. That is your So that is all about linear gradient. Now come towards, just make it comments, just come towards the background and radial gradient, that is circle, and you can use the same colors. Let's copy this first color, comma, and this is the second color. Just paste this, save the file, and see the results. Now that is in the form of circular form. That is a radial gradient. Just make it comments and come towards background, that is conic, that is conic gradient, but you can see that is not working here. So far these are two types of gradient. We normally use linear gradient. So we discussed about background colors, background image, and background gradient. Thanks for watching this video. Stay with us for rest of tutorial.